What's good, D.N.A fan? It's your boy Dave. Welcome to the channel. I am back with another video. I know it's been a while since I last posted any gun content, car content. I mean, just post anything. It's been about 3 or 4 weeks. Lots been going on, especially in the personal life. Just trying to get things situated, squared away. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get back to that shortly. But I'm back today. Back on the grind, back on the hustle. I'm actually on my way to my boy Rob's house right now. The last time you guys saw the 2018 Z06, it was when I did kind of like my little review on it, and just basically I had the car for about a week and I had some fun in it. Between track mode and sport mode, yeah, I definitely enjoyed myself in the Vette. But anyway, with that being said, so there's been a number of different mods that he's done to it since then, and so I'm on my way right now to go check it out, see what else he's done. Because I said last time we saw the Vette, he had the staggered 20-inch wheels up front, 22s in the rear. He had the cold air intake. I think he had just gotten it ceramic coated, got his windows tinted, and since then he's done a number of different upgrades. Went with a new exhaust system. We went and replaced the rear tail lights. Let's see what else. There's the the Weapon X Cold Air interchiller. There's the interchiller, and I think there's something else he's getting done too. But anyway, we about to check it out. So we'll catch y'all in a few. All right, so we back. He's about to unveil it. It's like unwrapping a Christmas gift every time you pick this off, isn't it? Sure. She clean. Yeah, she clean. She real clean. So before we even get into this, the last time I had this, you had the cold air intake. Right. We got the staggered 22 rear, 20 in the front. Right. And you got your windows tinted, you got the ceramic coat. Since then, you've done a number of different things. Right. You've done, first we'll start with the taillights. Right. You replaced the taillights. Tell me about the taillights.
So these are they call them like the Euro Lambo style.
The Euro Lambo style.
Sequential LED.
Sequential.
LED taillights. So essentially they all smacked out, murdered out black. And pretty much, you know, when you do your turn signal and all that stuff, it just pretty much goes across it.
So everything is like integrated.
Yeah, it's integrated, plug and play. So the joint's fire, man.
I've noticed some carbon fiber too. I've noticed some carbon fiber in there. So I forgot you did say you replaced the emblem.
Yeah, so I wanted to give my own unique flavor, make my shit my own one-of-one. So I took the OEM Chevy emblems off and replaced them with the carbon fiber ones.
Well, I've always said this was a one-on-one. Even in the last video that I did with the Vette, I said this is a one-on-one, and you hadn't done nearly half the things that you have done, you know, prior to that. I think it was just starting off with the whole wheel combination with the 22s in the rear and the 20 in the front. I was just like, yeah, this is a one-on-one. Right. White 18 with the red interior. And then you did, let's see. Oh yeah, the Weapon X, the interchiller.
The interchiller, yeah. So the biggest thing that drove me to that was, as you know, with the C7 Z06s, they are having issues with coolant problems. Coolant. Chevy, there's a service bulletin on it. Chevy doesn't want to admit ownership until they got hit with a class action lawsuit. Ooh. And so what they've done now is, if it happens to your car where it goes into limp mode or whatever, you have to prove it. The onus is on you as the owner to prove it. So you have to record it when it happens, take a picture of the dashboard, or leave the check engine light on so they can run their own diagnostics. So the last time this happened was August the 14th, your sister's birthday.
Oh yeah.
When me and Gene was heading to your sister's.
It was a nice day out there too.
We was on 301. We got right down by Frank Tippett, and Gene hit his car. I did one pull, shot past him, and my shit went into limp mode.
What happens when it goes in limp mode with a reduced engine functionality?
It reduces the engine power severely. Like the acceleration, you feel like you in a 1932 doing like it just won't accelerate.
I can't imagine being in the Vette and having that.
And that, I mean, and essentially that's his way of protecting itself.
Yeah, I mean it's a smart feature.
Essentially, yeah, the Weapon X came about because I'm on the Z06 forum in Facebook, and I was asking questions about what's the best way to go about addressing the cooling issues. Some people said go with the ice tank setup, bigger heat exchanger, you know what I'm saying, Cordy, something like that.
Right.
But then someone had tagged this guy named Brett. I guess he works with Weapon X, and he was real cool. DM'd me on Facebook, gave me his number. We chopped it up for like 30 minutes our first time talking, and he was like, you know, it all depends on what I want to do with the car in the long term. So I told him eventually I would definitely like to get the car to 800 horsepower, performance mods and all that stuff. So he was like, you know, the difference between the ice tank, yeah, it does help with the IETs and help keep it cooling, but at some point, the more power you put down, you're gonna hit that friction point. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much it comes down to money. Who can afford an inner chiller versus the ice tank? The ice tank, as you know, you constantly gotta buy bags of ice and this and that.
Yeah.
Inner chiller, once you install it, at least the one I got, it's a plug and play inner chiller, integrates with the AC system, and pretty much it just blows the cool AC through the blow. So
when are you getting that installed?
Next week.
Next week?
Next week.
Ooh, but the biggest thing I came to see.
Oh yeah. So this was
those 5 little words, those 5 little letters right there. CORSA.
Oh yeah. So that got installed, I want to say it was last week.
Yes, sir.
Corsa Extreme Axle Back full exhaust system, with the black tips.
I would say off the top, I realized or recognized that it has the pipes are a lot larger. What are those? 4, 5 inch?
4 inch.
4 inch.
4 inch.
Stocks are what?
2 and 3/4.
2 3/4.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I would say you can see a massive difference.
Yeah. So I even let you hit a cold start when you hit it.
Cold start. Here we go. And what's crazy is I have to play it because I did it when I recorded the last video when we did this. I did a startup. I did a cold start so you can hear. So I'm actually compared the two side by side so you can hear the two.
Yeah.
It is. She sounds hungry.
Yeah. And what I like about it too, it still has the MVP valve set up, so I can still open the close.
Still open and close the valves.
So in the morning time, I don't gotta wake my neighbors up or something like that.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? But I like it. She sound angry the way she's supposed to sound.
Right.
Yep. And since then, also we added the diffuser fins.
Oh yeah, the rear diffuser fins. I forgot. Oh. I said you've done a number of different things since then. So
I mean, it's hard to believe I've only had this car since April.
It ain't even been a year yet.
Now it's been about 6 months.
6 months?
6 months.
Okay. Yeah. So what's next after all this? So you've done?
I think the next
inner chiller, the exhaust, rear diffuser, tail lights, cold air intake. Yeah, what's next?
I think the next thing is I want to get the car fully ceramic coated.
Okay, so recoat it.
After I get the inner chiller installed next week, and then I'm gonna wait to early spring to get the car fully ceramic coated and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it for a while. You know what I'm saying? And then once I get close to my warranty boarding, then that's when I get happy into the performance.
Oh, that's when you start digging into your pockets then.
The upper and lower pulleys, and a more aggressive tune.
Oh, Dynatune?
Yeah, more aggressive tune. Definitely want to try to get more boost. You know, so I might send the blowout to be ported, or I might just upgrade the blow.
Upgrade it?
Yeah.
Oh, you put the little front tow hook.
Yeah. Oh yeah, tow hook. That was a pivotal one.
And the other carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Here's the future owner. Christian, you gonna own this when you get older? He said, yep. He said, it's gonna be mine, Dad.
Yeah.
You got your own car? Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. And of course, you know, I added the tag frame representing our crew.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's to me, honestly, that's the most important thing on this car because it represents the brotherhood, what we about, who we love, who we lost, you know what I'm saying? And always keeping his memory alive. So to me, that's extremely important.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I agree with you 1,000% on that one.
Yeah.
All right, the big question. 2 weeks ago, Chevy rolled out.
Motherfuckers.
How much you already know what I'm about to say. Chevy, they shook up the industry by coming out or showing a video of the 2023 Z06. Now, I'm not even gonna ask you. No, I am gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you your thoughts on it. What's your thoughts on the 2023 Z06?
Okay, so they exceeded people's expectations for the most part, right? That's they was able to produce the fastest nationally aspirated V8 to ever, you know what I'm saying, touch the streets. I love the design. I think it's like a little over 3 inches wider in width across the board from the standard C8.
Well, it looked like they redesigned it totally. It has an extremely aggressive front, rear, sides, the way that they widen everything out.
The rear and the front fascias was definitely redesigned. As you saw, they took the exhaust system back to the middle in the rear of the car instead of being on the sides. But I think I like what they did. I ain't gonna lie. The only thing that kind of like caught me off guard was the torque. It's low. But I think what you're going to see is because the car is naturally aspirated with the mid-engine technology, and it has the rev limiter set to 8,600 RPMs. That car is going to reach top end a lot faster than most cars.
Oh, a whole lot faster
on the street, because while other people trans, unless you're dealing with somebody that costs severely modded and the trans is tuned and all that stuff, it's just going to pull away. It's going to pull away. And I think right now they're talking about the dry weight that cars around 3,400 pounds. So I'm still waiting to see what the
I did see around 3,600 dry once you throw in all the gas, oils, and all that other stuff, upwards of 200-300 pounds. But I think what impressed me just from the initial viewing was the new air intakes on the side and the aggressiveness of how they widened the front and the rear. So now that the rear accommodates a 345, 25, which is interesting. They went with a 345, 25, 21 rear. What was it, a 315 or 295 front, 275? Like
it's ridiculous.
A 2021 staggered combo setup, which is crazy. Christian, I scared you.
I think what's interesting about that setup is because you know I love the Vette, and I'm seriously considering whether I'm gonna keep this or upgrade to the Z06. I think the two factors that definitely come in is going to be, one, being able to get your. It's such a frenzy for it right now. People are willing to pay. I saw a guy say he's willing to pay $50,000 over
markup.
Markup. So when you got people like that, that's going to allow the people that really want the car, but they ain't trying to get fucked over. You know what I'm saying? To get pushed out, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? If that's how they feel about it. So I think also what it's going to do for this particular platform is still going to keep the value up on it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because this is technically the last year of the front.
The 2018, 2019 for the LT4, the Z06, what they've done with this one.
So 2015 to 2019, those were the years they made the C7 Z06. But but Dan Rue, I was watching him say he had an interesting take on it. He did a reaction to it, and he actually had a good point where he was talking about the 21s when it comes to tire. The 21s when it comes to the tire, replacing those rear tires, it's going to be so hard to find because there's only a few manufacturers that actually.
Well, right now the Michelin Pilot Sport 2s are the only ones that are making tires for that in particular.
Yeah.
I don't know if Pirelli, I think Pirelli has a 21. I don't know the full, if it's a 345. That's what I don't know. But I know they have, because I know when we were looking at tires for yours at one point, when you were considering doing a 21 rear, 20 front staggered, but you couldn't find the, I think it was the tire or the rim that you wanted.
I couldn't find a full set, and I couldn't find the rims.
Exactly. You would have had to go with two totally different sets of rims and tires just to even make that work. And at that point, it wasn't even working.
It wasn't. It wasn't. So, I mean, the car still, she still is able to. Those tires are, once they warm up, they pretty decent.
When they warm up.
Of course, she's still putting down power for what it is.
Well, I wonder how that's gonna be like. That's gonna have to be like a $700 tire. I'm thinking that rear alone. Yeah. That Michelin Pilot Sport 2 345, 25, 21. Yeah. That got to be a 600-700 summer only. Yeah. And
I'm still trying to figure out. I think I'm trying the width on the rear. I'm not sure if it's 12.5 or 13 inches. 13. So you're talking about exactly
a 13-inch rear. Yeah, because the front was what, 11 or 12 if I remember correctly. Yeah. Bro, that's gonna be insane.
Yeah. So they definitely stepped it up, because even the C7 Z06, the front was 19 by 10s.
19 by 10.
And the rear is 20 by 12.
About 20 by 12, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting to see, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for the car to see it actually on the street. Yeah.
Well, you got your jacket inside out.
First of all, it's on backwards. Come here, man.
The fact that you went and grabbed the jacket, hey, here you go.
There you go. Always on daddy duty. There you go.
That's what it is.
I just want to see it on the street. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, realistically, you know, with anything, when some new drop is always going to be.
Always first wave of issues.
I think what's going to hurt them though, because of the pandemic and all, you know, the manufacturing warehouse and stuff, they can't keep up with the demand.
Well, they already said that
they're not going to be able.
No, they're not. They're not. They are the number of orders that they got right now for people on a waiting list is already exceeding. Remember, these are handcrafted engines, so it ain't like there's a production line or assembly line that's like boom, 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 boom. They have individual guys, you know, making these engines. So yeah, this thing is probably a good 3-4 years out, like you said. And then you got individuals who are reserving spots just to sell their spots at a higher bid.
Right. Yeah,
which is crazy.
I saw a dude talking about that. He said him and his wife went and put deposits on.
Yeah. You put down the deposit, and then, you know, you could be, whether you're in the first 20 or the first 100. What's interesting, so Drew got a phone call. They're asking folks to put down an additional 2,000 or 3,000 because they're trying to weed out that from happening. Because the more and more you have to put down, the more less likely you have somebody who's going to, you know, fully be committed to, you know, purchasing the Vette. And so he was just like, man, I don't know, man. They keep asking for more money. I'm like, yeah, they trying to weed out people who trying to sell their spots. A lot of, you know, that's sucks, but you know, that's what they doing. They, you know, you in the top 100, shoot, you almost. And it's not guaranteed, but at least you're closer than somebody who's, you know, number 1,000. I think he was number 1,187. So you mean there's 1,186 people in front of him.
So I haven't looked into it. So is that waiting list globally, or is it just?
No, that's just per dealership.
Per dealership.
That's just the dealership he went to.
And the problem too is there has been no set number on dealership allocation of how many they were gonna get.
Well, these are custom. Remember, these are going to be custom made. So, again, however they start, you know, producing and rolling them out, which is going to be a backup because everybody. What did they say? What, almost 11,000 possible color combination between the interior and the exterior. We didn't even get on the Z07 package yet.
I'm about to say the Z07. You know, for me, I don't do entry level.
I'm not.
So for me, it would have to be the Z07 package.
You ain't do no Willie. Let me see you do Willie. Now you got to be on it. All right, I give you an A for effort. Deal?
But yeah, it would have to be the Z07 package because I mean, for me, at that point.
Are you a fan of that spoiler?
I'm a big fan of that spoiler.
Okay.
I am. I like. It's not too tall. It's like perfect, and it's
Carbon fiber too.
And I hate when you see this the spoilers in the back when they exceed the width of the car.
Yeah.
I just
it fits
like,
perfect.
I feel like it takes away from the look of the car. So aerodynamically it flows with the car. Height wise and width wise,
helps to bring the downforce down and all that. Yeah.
Downforce, and it actually serves a legitimate functional purpose.
Yeah, it does.
So, but those ceramic wheels are fire. I mean, the interior being fully carbon fiber.
Well, let's break it down. The Z07 package. You have the high wing spoiler. You have the front and rear. I think the rear diffuser, the front spoiler, carbon fiber too, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't think that's carbon fiber. I think the only thing, the difference between the Z07 package is, of course, you get the full track. It's more aerodynamic, but the upgrade on the wheels, which is carbon fiber, the ceramic brakes, and then of course the spoiler in the rear, and then they talk about the interior. The base.
I thought it came with the aerodynamic package, which was like the front lip spoiler or the front fascia, or
yeah, that too.
Okay,
that too. And then the interior is just way more carbon fiber than the base Z06.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm thinking at least at a minimum $15,000 option. Bruh, Carmen, you say more?
I'm gonna say more.
How much more?
Are we talking about just what the name is supposed to be?
Well, remember the Z
markup.
Well, I'm talking about before the markup, because we're talking the Z07 package. You have the carbon ceramic, you have the carbon fiber wheels all the way around. You have the spoiler, you have, like you said, the integrated pieces in the interior that's carbon fiber.
Right.
The brakes, the front and rear spoiler or side skirts. I think I have to check it out again.
The side skirts. You're talking about the front splitter.
So remember, 15 years ago, those wheels, carbon fiber wheels, would have probably ran you about 20 grand each. With the way that production and technology is, they've cut down that cost. I would say anywhere between 12 and 15,000 for the Z07 package.
Okay.
I mean, let's think of Chevy's history. Let's look at how you built the Camaro. Let's look at even the C8. Their biggest package, when you went for the Z51, it was only what, a $7,000 option?
Yeah.
I think it's still going to push it into the hundreds, no doubt.
Yeah, so I mean, just from the research I've been able to gather since they did the release. By the way, we need to talk about that release. That was one of the dopest releases for a car ever.
Bruh,
you know what I'm saying? The editing, the car and the dyno, you hearing the whining when it's on the track.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying? The interview they did with Amelia. You know what I'm saying, when the lady was
the lead engineers, the designers, that whole video, that moved me. That movie.
Yeah, even they talked about, they explained what the rocket meant on the engine.
Oh, the Gemini.
It's a long shot. We go. They didn't even believe they're gonna be able to do it. Yeah, man. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be something that's gonna be a head turner when it is in the streets. But my first research, nobody can really find them, but everybody's saying for the entry-level Z06, they saying roughly it's gonna start between $86,000
Hey, you trying to play it off?
$90,000. Yeah.
You stupid.
Yeah. $86,000 and $90,000. But so that would put the Z06, Z07, the Z07, Z06 package probably somewhere around, I would say, starting at 110.
Starting?
I'm thinking it's gonna start somewhere between around 105 to 110.
I think folks will be able to get it for around 115, 120. Now, compared to other supercars that it's compared to, still cheaper than the Porsche 911 Turbo.
Right.
Still cheaper than the Ferrari. It's still cheaper than the McLaren 570S or the 720. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you're still getting the bang for your buck, for a supercar with the most horsepower from a flat plane crank.
But I don't think it's fair to even put that car in the same category as a McLaren.
Why?
Because a McLaren is an electric car that is dumb fast.
But it's still considered a supercar.
I mean,
that's all.
Yeah.
And remember, a supercar, all it is just a luxury, expensive sports car. So
and I think this too. When they say, you have to be careful when you say supercar or elite, because as we know in life, there's still levels.
Elite.
There's still levels. Right. There's still levels to it.
We're not talking Bugatti. We're not talking even the what is it? The Koenigsegg.
The Koenigsegg.
Yeah. We're talking the the SVJ,
Yeah.
Lambo. We're talking again. The was it Pena 488.
Panigale. I forgot. I know what
Oh,
you're
no, I'm talking about the Ferrari. The
Okay.
488. It's Panera. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm talking, you know, around that
Right.
ballpark.
But I think,
Even the GTS3, the Porsche
Yeah.
GTS3 and GT.
but what we've seen since they released it last week, a lot of manufacturers are already in the lab trying to.
Hey, they putting pressure on folks
they put
big
pressure.
time. They are putting pressure.
Yeah. You just saw Dodge was talking about now they're gonna allow you to do use their tune for you and still keep your warranty for performance.
But you know what? You can't even put a Dodge up to this. Too heavy. Granted, from a horsepower standpoint, you got 700 horsepower, but that's a muscle car. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't see a Dodge Demon being in the same category as a Vette. Like,
Oh no. It's gonna be strictly a track car, and it's gonna be great if you can put the power down on the track or on the streets going straight. But when you get some type of corners coming, that car, I don't see handling.
nah.
Your ass gonna be sliding into a ditch or something.
Yeah, I see that red sliding out from underneath.
Yeah.
But they took a track-oriented car and put it into the Vette, this new 2023 Vette, and made it street legal. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So I mean, the car is complete now from the exterior standpoint. I mean, she completely blacked out where I wanted it smacked out black. The white is there. So yeah, just complete.
So you're not doing anything else interior? You good?
I mean, exterior, I'm done.
No, interior.
Interior, there's nothing really to do.
None.
Nah, I mean, there's nothing really to do. The car, I mean, I think the only thing
We gotta
would,
get you some floor mats. We gotta get you some good floor mats.
the only thing I would consider is maybe changing out the steering wheel to go with more carbon fiber,
Or carbon fiber steering wheel.
or get the one with the integrated LED so you can see the RPMs on the steering wheel.
Oh, your shift points.
Yeah, my shift points.
So yours is shifting around what, 65,
Yeah, about
6400?
65. Yeah. Yep. So we'll see though, because and that's another thing too. I'm with this new Z06 C8. I want to see who's gonna be the first one to crack the code.
Well, you know they
It'll be
going.
the test dummy.
You
It'll
know
be the
it.
test dummy. You know, because Amelia, she did it when they came out with the C8 with the twin turbo. Like she was one of the ones that pioneered that movement.
She did,
Now
which is why she got
everybody
featured.
doing it.
Now everybody doing it. Yeah, TJ
Hunt.
Yeah, TJ Hunt did it.
Yeah.
And so many people who are, you know, twin turbo in the C8 Corvette.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You welcome. You welcome.
Yeah, I already have the sound. All right.
Ready?
Yep. All right, so we about to get official sound check on the exhaust. Let's go. Hey, bro. Holy shit. I'm sorry, Christian. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I was like, oh. God. Bro, I can't imagine you being on 50, open this thing up.
Saturday, that was my first time actually hearing exhaust. That bitch was move.
Man.
She sounds good when you give her some gas, yo.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Gosh, she sound awesome.